Fans are not happy with what James Gunn and DC have done to David Corenswet for his upcoming appearance as Clark Kent and Kal-El, aka Superman, in the upcoming Superman film. Specifically, people are not happy with the way Clark Kent's hair looks, and it does not look good, in my opinion. But before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Roll this up over at thatparkplace.com, and there is kind of a traditional look for Clark Kent. Does not have the curly Q that you would expect that he has as Superman. This obviously is from Superman Secret Origins #3 back in 2010. And there's kind of what we're going to expect Superman to look like. This obviously was the official photo that they released, I feel like a couple months ago now. That was already kind of lampooned just based on like where he's sitting, why he's like putting on his boot and stuff. Just doesn't really do anything. And then obviously the muted colors, they've obviously changed that. It's much brighter. It looks like, at least based on set photos that we've seen, which I actually like. I think the bright colors look good. But if they go with this like muted colored style here in this official image they released, then I'm not really a big fan of that. But this is what Clark Kent looks like. We have a set photo here posted by DCU Updates, and the hairpiece looks absolutely awful. Not really a big fan of this look of Clark Kent at all. I don't think this is anything we've really seen from the comics or even in animation or television. This is completely new, kind of having all of these curls and everything heavily front loaded in front of his like kind of overlaying his forehead and then on the top of his head and everything like that. I am not a fan of this at all. And numerous other people don't like it at all. Thor Odinson here says Clark Kent be bussin' for real, no cap. I'll need someone to translate that to me. I do not know exactly what that means. I assume that he's mocking it though, because then he says, yeah, I hate it. We've got Ray is happy, says looks like when The Rock played the Tooth Fairy in that film. I don't really remember what The Rock looked like as a Tooth Fairy, but obviously this is an insult. We've got this one. He has the Meet Me at McDonald's haircut. That doesn't sound good. James Murphy posted that. We've got this one here, bro. They gave him the 18-year-old TikTok broccoli cut. This seemed to be an ongoing trend. People were describing it as a broccoli cut. I guess because it looks like a head of broccoli. If we go back a list, it looks like a head of broccoli. Yeah, I see it. It definitely, you could see it looking like head of broccoli. Maybe paint him green. Maybe he looks more like Brainiac than Clark Kent, right? If he was green. We've got this one here. They seriously gave him the broccoli. So another person pointing that out. This one, Giorgio Tsoukalis. I found this one pretty interesting. He says, so now Clark Kent also coifs and styles his hair while changing into his new bulky, ill-fitting suit. Not an easy task, frankly. Sign someone who knows about hair. So obviously, if he's going to be having hair like this as Clark Kent, he's literally going to have to be doing a lot of hair care to look like this as Superman. Obviously, he can move really fast, so he could do it really quickly, but he's still got to do it, right? He's still got to do it. He's just doing it at a much faster pace than what we would be doing it, but he is still doing that there. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to go from this to that there. So I think Giorgio has a really good point there. And then we had a couple people here pointing out that he looks like a llama, or excuse me, an alpaca. That hair, OMG, LMAO. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely can see the resemblance there with the alpaca and the haircut. Here's another one. Who let a teenager decide the alpaca look? And you got another one. I thought these were kind of funny. We also had some people reacting to the same image posted by Tom Connor's good friend over at Midnight's Edge. Nina Infinity said, what is with that hair? I questioned on X, was like, is this even real? This can't be real, right? There's no way they would do this. It looks awful. And it does. I mean, here we go. Magitech Mag saying, fixed it for you. Literally shopped a bird's nest on his head there. I think that's pretty accurate. And then we got back to the broccoli. Vox Oculi here says, not the broccoli cut. And has a guy here with a piece of broccoli in his hand. And then Wolverine Snicked says, "Why is there a treble on his head?" And then has this GIF of from Star Trek, the original series. I assume it's from Star Trek, the original series. Might be from one of the movies. Not the biggest Star Trek fan, so someone will have to correct me on that in the comments. And then as we show the photo above, Tom here has another photo here of Superman, I guess, being taken in by a bunch of people here. One would assume the Authority, who are seemingly working with either private contractors or some kind of government organization. And definitely his hairstyle is very different than the broccoli alpaca cut that he's got now. And this isn't really something that we've seen in the comics. Like I said, I don't like it. I don't think we've ever seen this type of hairstyle. Clark Kent doesn't usually have that. You can see here, this is the original Action Comics, where he kind of has a little bit of the curly Q here as a Superman. And then as he's changing into Clark Kent, he kind of slicks his hair back. Obviously, no curls in the front of his head. That's obviously from the very first appearance, very first comic, Action Comics #1 of Superman. And then here, just I don't know, I guess almost a decade later, Action Comics #82. Again, you can see he's kind of got the curly Q right here in the front. And then as Clark, he obviously has the hat on here. They started giving him a hat, the fedora here, but obviously didn't have it does not have curly hair. You don't see the curly hair underneath of the hat unless it's all hiding there, but doesn't have it. And then even if you want to go into more recent comics, this one is the most recent run on Superman #1 from just 2023. You can see here he does not have the broccoli or the alpaca cut. It's pretty much flat on top, slicked back, as he's given a smooch there to Lois Lane. And then obviously he changes into Superman here, and he gets a little curly Q as he switches up because he's going so fast. His hair just has a little curl. So at least they do have that with the Superman. They have the curly Q, but not a fan of this Clark Kent hairstyle with the alpaca broccoli cut. It looks absolutely terrible. Other people obviously expressing that as well. Let me know what you guys make of this. Do you think that it looks good? Do you think this broccoli alpaca haircut here looks decent, or are you not liking it as well? And let me know what your best kind of comparisons are for this. If you don't like it, obviously we got the broccoli, we got the alpaca, we got the bird's nest. Let me know what you guys make of this hairstyle here. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.